Yeah, it's the fucking Tauntaun from Star Wars. Hello, everybody. My name is DrNiggle, and welcome to the Church of Chonkwij podcast. I'm joined tonight by the Leetness OmegaConstruct, Zero Burn, and special guest star Masami. How is your Warframe download coming, Leetness?
It's been it's been downloaded for a while. I'm now optimizing cache for the next 3 days.
What's that optimization percentage at?
16.
All right, and the Leetness is going to keep us updated on that as we go. So, our first topic for the night is about
17.
dbrand. Dbrand talking to Sony specifically about the faceplates that they make. If anybody doesn't know what dbrand is, they make custom shit for mostly phones, but they also make a custom matte case for PS5. So yeah, who wants to take this one?
I just think it's funny that they kind of laid their dicks on the table and said, if you're going to sue us, just go ahead and do it.
Well, they are the D brand.
You know, they came out, they essentially gave zero fucks and said, look, you can sue us if you want to. And
all right, so why would Sony sue them?
Because Sony does not want anybody making third-party or unauthorized third-party accessories.
And a matte black skin for your PS5 is a step too far.
Apparently, because they have Sony's actually shut down a couple of companies, with this exact same model.
It's kind of why do they got to be killjoys about it, huh? People want their PS5s to look sexy. You want, like a nice matte black finish on your PS5 so you can like rub up against it when it's off or when it's on.
I mean, the person bought the fucking PS5. Be happy.
Yeah, right?
You got money out of it already. Allow people to accessorize it afterwards.
Is this
I also don't understand what their grounds are for not letting aftermarket companies make accessories.
Is there some sort of intricate legal code about aftermarket accessories for shit that we've just been blind to all these years buying crap for cars?
I mean, the plates are also like $50, so it's not like they're cheap.
Well, one of the links in that article links to a previous case where Sony successfully got a company to stop selling faceplates, which is why this company is basically calling them out and daring them to sue them. It says that Sony's lawyers said, in their opinion, Sony's intellectual property extended to the faceplates, and they would end up in court if they continued to sell them. And so that company, rather than taking it to trial, they just folded to the cease and desist.
Okay, so the long and the short of it here, if it's not legal to rice out my PS5, then I have no interest in ever getting a PS5, even more littler than I already have.
Well, okay, so
little or non-existent.
To answer your previous question about vehicle, did I hear you correctly when you asked voiding contracts on vehicles, aftermarketing vehicles, and things like that? Did I hear that right, Doc?
Oh, no. I know all about how that voids warranties and all the rest of that. It just you can't. Hyundai can't sue an aftermarket company for intellectual property theft if the aftermarket is just making exhausts that happen to fit on Hyundai model cars. I think, I don't know. I'm questioning.
I think what their argument is that it's the same shape, and that shape is, the dimensions of it, the shape, everything are part of their design, which is protected.
Their IP.
Yeah, so like that shape, that design they might actually have an argument that is intellectual property. So like if this company was selling faceplates that were like a wacky shape that looked nothing like the original PlayStation, then there would probably be no grounds. But I think Sony's argument is that they do have it is intellectual property infringement because they're basically copying the official PlayStation part and selling it in a different color, which, with the way that copyright laws work, one of the key things is like, could this item be confused for the original? And if they have on that point, they might have a valid argument.
If that were true and I worked for DLive, I would suggest making a whole new product line to make the chassis of the PS5 look a little bit more, different, something with more oomph to it.
Make it look like an Xbox Series X.
Or a giant penis.
Or a pinhua.
I thought they already were.
No, they're too boxy.
No, just go full Comcast router on it.
I mean, that is very true.
They already look like fucking routers.
I think the messed up. I think the more messed up part, and this is complete side tangent. I was watching a video the other day on how you put the games into this thing, and the fucking games go in upside down. The label goes facing the inside of the machine, like the laser is built on the outside edge of the machine. So if it's laying flat where the disk drive opening's on top, you have to put the game in upside down.
That's ridiculous.
Why?
I don't know, but I saw this.
No, if you lay it flat so that the disk drive is on top, then you've laid it upside down. Clear.
Aha!
It's all relative.
Oh yeah. Zero, do you put it in the tray face down, or do you put it up onto the tray right side up?
Oh God, my brain just exploded.
Which way down again?
I'll see you guys next Monday.
So the moral of the story here is that if you want to make a new skin for the PS5, make it out of cardboard and make it look like an Amazon box, and then market it as this like really clever new wave bullshit. Be like, hey, your PS5 looks like an Amazon package. That's pretty cool.
Nanotechnology and the
nanotechnology cardboard.
Yeah,
that's technically accurate. Cardboard's made of molecules. But yeah, that's DLive. So that's rough. But whatever.
Yeah. I applaud their ballsiness for straight up daring a company as big as Sony to sue them, because Sony won't hesitate to do it.
Well, if Dbrand is saying that, then it means that they're ready for it and they've got some legal argument going. It's like what Apple did with Epic. Apple was just like, yeah, you don't like it? Well, we're doing this thing. What are you going to do about it? And Apple's like, we're going to take you off the market. And then that's when all the bullshit started. So Dbrand is probably ready for this, I'm going to guess. Anyway.
Yeah. No, it'll just be interesting to see if the little guy can actually win in this fight.
Do it.
We will keep you abreast of the developments.
It would be nice to see Dbrand kick Sony in the nuts, but let's be honest here, Sony is not doing great. Their only division in the black still, as of last year, is their gaming division. They're losing money out of everything else.
Hence why they were saying, okay, the next Spider-Man movie, we're just gonna let all of our properties go over to the MCU. We're gonna let Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire and all of them go because we want to make money.
That's what I don't get either with the whole Spider-Man thing. Is that why did it? I get it. They had a license. The license expired. Marvel wasn't allowed to use Spider-Man anymore. Why did they let it expire? You can't tell me that wasn't
because
probably good for them.
Because Stan Lee wanted to diversify, and then when he got out of it and wanted to sell the rights off, Disney literally came to him with the biggest check, and they bought the remaining IPs. But there are a ton of rumors circulating on things that are occurring within the WandaVision TV show, which I'm not going to get into because I could do an entire podcast on that alone. That have come to light as part of that TV show that would open up the X-Men being in the MCU, the Fantastic Four being in the MCU, all of the Spider-Man franchises having access and being in the MCU. It's insane. So, but again, I could do an entire podcast on that alone.
I'm trying to look up who the production company was for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
It's not me.
Obviously.
Into the Spider-Verse, I believe, was Sony Pictures Entertainment.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah. IMDb is being utterly unhelpful.
I'm at 71%.
Oh,
Nice!
you're moving up in the world.
Hell.
Columbia Pictures, Sony Pictures Animation. It was.
Sony.
So more of that, please. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse was a real good movie.
It really was.
Speaking of movies, Jack Black is going to play Claptrap in the Borderlands movie.
And I am here for it.
Now that actually seems like a decent casting.
But are they going to make him sound like a robot, or is he going to sound like him?
Yes.
A robotized Jack Black.
You think so?
I mean,
interesting because Claptrap's voice does have like a slight, almost digitization or mechanization filter on top of the voice.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Jack Black is purely on his own is capable of doing, I'm sure, as absurd of a voice as need be for the role.
Does Claptrap sing at all?
Yes, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So my next question is, how are they going to work Kyle Reese into this?
That needs to be a thing.
It's a shame he lost all that weight because he could have made a good Ellie.
Excuse me, Kyle Gass. I always get the last name mixed up with Reese, but yeah, it's Kyle Gass. Yeah, big Claptrap musical number. Why the hell not?
Well, in the game, Claptrap just sort of like hums tunes and sings insanely as he walks around. But I can't imagine if they have Jack Black doing it, they're not gonna do something absurd with it.
Oh, they absolutely will. Simply because I think that is in every one of Jack Black's contracts for movies, is that he has to do something absurd in each one.
Your boss, the sausage, your butt cheeks is warm. Yeah. I remember all of Jack Black's songs. Actually, that's not true, just the one album.
Oh,
It's going to be interesting to see him next to Kevin Hart. Because like if Kevin Hart's playing Roland, he's not going to be the normal, weird, wacky kind of characters that Kevin Hart is best known for. There's going to have to be some... I mean, yes, it's a movie about a video game, so it's not going to be like serious or anything. But Jack Black as Claptrap is going to be ridiculous the whole time. It's going to be interesting to see how Kevin Hart balances with that.
As long as it doesn't turn... Go ahead.
I was going to say, they were in Jumanji together, weren't they? Yeah, Jumanji.
They've been in... wait, is that all that they've been in together? I swear they've been in more movies than that together. Whatever, doesn't matter. Yes, they were in both Jumanji movies together.
Yeah, I was going to say Jumanji 2 as well.
With the Rock, the Dwayne Johnson.
That's right.
I thought you were going to say Amy Pond. That's all right. I'm very aware that I'm the only person here who watches Doctor Who.
You're not alone.
Now, at this point, I feel like we should almost start a betting pool on when they're going to announce that The Rock is going to be Brick.
You know what? Let's say it here now on the podcast. I say it'll be sometime in the next 60 days. Just to blanket it out there, it'll be sometime in the next 60 days.
Well, first of all, you are predicting that Rock the Dwayne Johnson will be in the Borderlands movie.
Absolutely.
Well,
that in itself is enough.
At this point, with Kevin Hart and with Jack Black, it's
Kind of makes sense.
You're bringing the crew back together. If you're going to recreate this chemistry,
It's true. It's true.
Why not?
Poor Kate Blanchett.
Yeah, I'm gonna just assume that that's what they're doing, which is why I think I'm gonna say within the next 3 weeks, 21 days.
All right, there you have it. There's the official prediction. Next 21 days, Rock Johnson is going to be announced for the Borderlands movie. But in the meantime, the Killing House collection is coming to PC on Epic. KH.
Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, Killing House. I really wanted it to be a first-person shooter, but it's not. It's Kingdom Hearts.
Which I am all for this. I know that we had some discussion in the Discord, and I have been playing Kingdom Hearts since Kingdom Hearts 1 when it was first released. My sister is huge into it, and I love the games. I like the gameplay. It's one of the only active battle system games that I can play that's actually decent. For me, I can't stand the active battle systems in the new Final Fantasy games, but for some reason it just works with Kingdom Hearts. And once I get settled into my new job, I will be purchasing Kingdom Hearts on PC because I have been sorely missing Kingdom Hearts in my life. And
I've never actually owned a system that could play Kingdom Hearts, and all of my friends rave about it. So it'd be nice to have the opportunity, perhaps, to do that if I actually decide to get an Epic Store account.
All right, so who's going to be in this? Is this going to be one of the ones that features Disney characters?
It is. The game was the original game, of course, and the entire series is based around a character named Sora, who is placed into the middle of a light versus dark situation, and all of the worlds that he goes to are inhabited by different Disney characters. Everybody from Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, and Goofy to Mulan, Aladdin.
Cartoon Mulan or live action Mulan?
Oh,
same question about Aladdin.
Cartoon Mulan, cartoon Aladdin.
All right, that's fine. I miss Robin
Eventually,
Williams,
eventually they get to Pirates of the Caribbean.
Which I will tell you, when they announced that world, I was super excited and very hesitant at the same time. And then when I played it, I was like, this is well worth it, and why do I not want to leave this world?
Live action Pirates of the Caribbean or cartoon
Oh my God.
Live action.
It's a cartoonized version, but the graphic setting within Port Royal, which is the name of the world, is named after the city, but it is absolutely astonishing the level of detail that they went into.
Yeah, I'm picturing Uncanny Valley Orlando Bloom and just how much nightmare fuel that would equate to.
Oh my God.
He just shows up out of nowhere out of Port Royal. He's like, oh, it's the first time in 10 years that I can set foot on water. I'm so looking forward to banging Keira Knightley. And then they're like, yeah, we couldn't get her licensed in this video game. You're going to have to do that, buddy. Shit. What do I stick my dick into now? Hello, I'm Captain Jack Sparrow. Yeah. Disney would never do that. Disney would never do that because I couldn't sell it in China.
Oh man,
that puts a smile on my face. So,
but
that video that Omega posted was pretty good, though. If you want to get a catch up on and make sense of the story.
Oh no! No matter what video, and I watched that video, and it was really good. The story still doesn't make sense.
I was gonna actually when I saw that I was gonna ask, just hypothetically, let's assume that this game it matters that the story makes sense in this game and people actually buy it for the story. Like, what? I always thought that it was just crazy batshit nonsense anyway.
I mean,
so did I, frankly.
Yeah.
I thought it was fun because of the gameplay, and they just made shit up on the fly because they needed people a reason to make people go from point A to point B and do shit. Like basically every game, I guess.
Zero said he enjoyed the story. I think that's.
I did. I mean, I honestly did, and it's just because it's that. It's
the same reason that you loved Last Jedi.
I hated Last Jedi.
Oh.
Last Jedi made me want to slam my nuts in a car door.
All right. Well, I was trying to get you out of this one, but now you're on your
own. By the way, if y'all haven't noticed, that's my go-to "I hate this" statement.
Your nuts in a
slamming my nuts in a car door.
Oh, I thought you got Linus's go-to statement is "Thanks, I hate it."
You know, if you do that long enough, you're not eventually going to have any, and then you're going to have to find a new statement, just for the record.
Just slam my penis. Well, no, I can't get my penis in there. It's too small.
Look, they got prosthetics for your balls, though. You can actually make them bigger, so it's easier to slam them in the door.
Small blessings, I guess.
Small blessings, good one.
You could make them like doggy toys that have the squeakies in them.
Okay, so Doc, first, two things. I have a puppy. First of all,
it would be great. It's fun for the whole family.
Oh my god. Okay, moving on.
The dogs are biting on your crotch and it's squeaking. The neighbor's like, "What are you doing?" You're like, "Mind your business."
Thank God.
Never mind. Just never mind.
Yep. Okay. So the NVIDIA RTX 3060 is releasing on February 25th. It'll be $329, which means probably $399 on Newegg. But yeah, the RTX 3060 finally being announced with a release date.
And they won't be available until June.
Yeah, odds are they're going to be sold out pretty fucking quick because that's just how bots work.
Bitcoin. Oh.
Yeah, I was flipping through something the other day, and this guy had like 16 Bitcoin mining machines, and all of them are running off of 3080s. And I'm going, this is where they're all going. Somebody needs to raid this guy's house and just steal all of the. He's got like $60,000 in graphics cards just sitting there mining Bitcoin.
At least the people who are buying them and using them for mining rigs are doing something with them rather than the people who sit on piles of them and just try and charge 4 times the MSRP.
Yeah,
that's true.
Take it upon themselves to be the middle market. Yeah, so the article is brief, but it does say that obviously it's designed to succeed the GTX 1060 Pascal cards. So I think the 1060 was one of the first 4 gig cards, perhaps? I don't remember. The 3060 is going to feature 12 gigabytes of DDR6 memory, which is good. I was looking for CUDA cores and processing speeds. I'm going to have to go elsewhere for that. But obviously it's an RTX card and it's a 3000 series, so pretty good. You're probably going to be able to play just about anything on it. It's also a 60 series or a 3060. It's got that 60 attached to it, so I'm gonna guess that it does not have SLI capabilities. So you buy one. So yeah, graphics card under $400, 12 gigs of memory. That's good. It's pretty fucking good, actually.
It is very good.
Do everything that you want it to. It just won't be flashy, and it may or may not come with RGB.
I have an unrelated quick question.
Mm-hmm.
What? What do you
What's
choose?
that percentage at, buddy? What's your percentage at?
I'm trying to go in game so I can go to the dojo because I'm in game now. But I have to pick my 100-day milestone.
Oh,
What
nice.
should I
Okay,
pick?
yeah. What are your options?
Azima, Zenistar, or Zenith?
Ooh,
Zenith or Zenistar. The
Zenith is my
Azima
weakness.
is
yeah.
kind of
I'd go
legit.
Zenistar.
The Zenith is a great rifle that can shoot through walls, sort of, and the Zenistar is a cool hammer axe thing that has a cool secondary effect that's hard to describe, really.
Yeah, Zenistar used to be a real great weapon, but you know what? You might get a Riven for it, and the disposition's pretty good last time I checked. So yeah, Zenistar. Go Zenistar.
Okay,
Congratulations on day 100.
thanks.
Your PP strong.
Doc, I don't want to step on your segue, but there's a segue that just lined up there.
Oh, you're right. No, go for it, Zero. I didn't. The difference between last time and this time is that I was totally going to do it, and Kosin stuck his dick right in my face and started waving it around. But no, I did not anticipate this at all. So you are welcome to the segue.
Well, luckily for you, you're safely underneath a blanket.
Speaking,
Girl, turn on your webcam, bring it into the room, and tickle him.
Speaking of Warframe and getting things in Warframe, we have a look at the upcoming Warframe spring updates. Oh my god, PC Gamer, I don't care.
Wait.
So it does appear that Digital Extremes has posted a teaser of the spring content updates, which range from...
Oh. Yeah, right. Okay.
So, and they're also going to be releasing, I know Doc and Omega and Masami are all super excited about Octavia Prime.
I mean, I definitely am.
I think his excitement is eclipsing.
Yeah, I love Octavia. She's my party girl. Because everywhere she goes, she brings the party.
In a party world?
Does this mean that we will be spending all of our time getting these, getting the relics to crack and doing the same thing we did for Nezha so that we get it and we don't have to pay for it?
I will be doing the thing where you grind for the relics to get Octavia Prime, yes.
Sweet.
Anyone is welcome to join me, probably other people. Maybe Omega will be back into the game by then. Maybe Masami will feel like grinding the game. And yeah, well, obviously anyone's welcome to come along with that. But I do really like Octavia as a frame. I think she's kind of fantastic, and I wouldn't mind having her prime frame. But I will be grinding for it. I'm not gonna pay money for it.
Money.
I am totally down because I don't even have original Octavia. So I've got one piece. That's it.
That's one of those frames that, for a lot of people, they're not going to ever get the regular one because it's a pain in the ass to get.
Yeah.
There's like 2 or 3 frames now that have come out with a Prime version that's easier. Like, there's Trinity Prime. Nobody gets Trinity because the ambulance
pain in the dick.
Fucking pain in the ass because you have to collect those goddamn tokens to even get to fight it. So you can't just do it over and over again. Then there's Equinox because it has
Equinox.
6 parts. Or
2
8
frames.
because also the blueprints. So there's there's 2 full Warframes you have to build and then combine those together to build Equinox. And then this will be the 3rd one that is just such a colossal pain in the ass to get that a lot of people don't have it. And now
Wait until Harrow Prime comes out. That'll be the next one.
Yeah.
Harrow Prime, Korra Prime. I can't remember all the other ones. Another one that was a pain in the ass was Inaros. Inaros Prime makes that a lot easier.
What did we have to do to get a Naros?
The
quest.
Jordas Golem.
No, that's
really?
that's Atlas.
That's Atlas.
Oh, that's Atlas. Sorry. That's actually the one that I was referring to, not Inaros. I actually don't remember. Oh, you do get all the parts for him in the quest, don't you?
Yeah, in the quest, because you have to take the urn around and you have to do stuff in the quest, and that gives you the parts. Okay, I remember now.
You have to charge the urn.
I love that urn. It's a decoration of my ship.
Yeah, and when you're done with the quest, the urn turns into a decoration. Yeah, Harrow is another one that's a bitch to get. If people are really lazy, Nidus Prime, whenever that comes out, because people aren't fond of doing that mission. Actually, that's the only reason to do that mission.
I don't get it, though. That's not a hard mission, and it's not nearly as boring as a lot of other endurance missions.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
I'll tell you, I got Nidus as part of the starter package when I got that when I first started playing Warframe on PC. I paid for it. I feel bad about it.
We've talked about this. We didn't talk about it on the podcast, but I know Omega was in the room when we talked about it, and it was how that's not a good starter frame at all.
And I can definitely, after playing and putting the time into Nidus that I put into Nidus, it's a fun frame, but I can definitely see how it is not new player friendly. Because
it's not new player, and it's not really group friendly either. It doesn't, like, when a Nidus hops into a mission, I'm not just like, oh, great, it's a Nidus. It's just, oh, okay, it's a Nidus.
Well, there are only very specific missions where a Nidus is truly useful, and those are long-term endurance missions where you can build up the stacks that you need.
Mm-hmm.
But then you have to do it coordinated with a group who knows that, okay, we got to let Nidus get his stacks, or else, Nidus just never gets any kills and never gets any stacks. So it's a bad frame in terms of the skills, and it's a bad frame in the term of the social dynamics of public Warframe lobbies. Or matchmaking.
I will say, though, a max range Nidus is probably the most fun I have ever had ever. Just throwing the ball out into the middle of the room and it grabbing everything in an entire room and just pulling it in was absolutely great.
Yeah, there are a lot of ups and downs to all the frames. Some less than others. Some are just insanely good no matter what. But as we said previously, Octavia Prime has been announced February 23rd. And something else coming along called the Call of the Tempestari, which I'm going to guess that Steve came up with that name. It is an event that will send players and their railjack ships into areas controlled by the Mercantile Corpus, where they will untangle the origins of the ghost-themed new war, blah, 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 blah. So there is a new Warframe also coming out that is the fan-made Warframe design. New event and 2 limited-time events popping up. One of them is already active. It's Star Days. It's basically the Warframe equivalent of Valentine's Day. And the Lunar Renewal event, which will start tomorrow, gives free customizations for alerts and has a bunch of weapon skins in the in-game market. So yeah, Warframe is stepping up their game for the month of February, trying to get some of those players back who took a break around Christmas time, like basically everyone here.
Right, pretty much.
Yep. I mean, it didn't help. It didn't help that GTA put out the Cayo Perico heist, and I know I've had a blast with that when I've played that with Omega. That's been fun as hell.
I just had other games catch my attention for a little bit. I was playing a lot of Warframe, so a little break is never a bad thing.
Yeah, right.
Still do my daily login because login rewards are awesome. Occasionally.
Oh, you gotta put out your extraction drones too. You gotta pet your dog.
Well, hey, just so everybody knows, I want to thank Dylan Tennis Boy hosting the podcast right now. We really appreciate it.
Hey, thanks, Dylan.
Cheers.
I like it.
So,
The next thing to talk about was the Steam Lunar New Year sale, which is live.
And tasty.
and there's a lot of good stuff on there right now.
So, has anyone here checked out the Steam Points shop?
No.
Yes, I was looking at that the other day. I'm like, what the hell is this? Why do I have these points? What can I spend them on? What kind of weird bullshit is this?
So this is something that they introduced last year, which is it used to be that if you wanted like custom emotes or wallpapers or shit for your profile crap, you had to trade for it or buy it on the Steam market, which was perfectly all right with me because I only wanted like half a dozen things total, and selling cards that you get from games was more than enough to pay for crap like this. Steam introduced an alternate way to do this, with even more glitter added on top, and they called it the Point Shop. So now whenever you buy something on Steam, you get points. And the sale includes discounts on bundles in the Points Shop. So go out and buy all your glitter with your ill-gotten points. But this is the Lunar sale, if I'm not mistaken. This is the special event where they're going to do the whole thing, the skins on people's profiles, so you can make it like shiny gold or some shit.
Oh, yeah, all that stuff.
Yeah, all that stuff. So you can tell very easily on Steam who the people with big peepees are, because their little icons will be gold and glowy and fancy. So shiny and chrome.
I like video games, but I really don't need to gamify the experience of logging on to play video games.
It's odd to me that some people actually do treat Steam like a social media platform. I guess it has that capability, but
it's just weird. I don't like. It's cool that I get points and I could go spend them on stuff, but I'm not gonna like purposefully try to like go out there and do things. Just weird.
But Steam has had its like Steam rank system for years now. For like collecting card packs and turning them into Steam point. I don't fucking know. I don't bother with any of that shit. I know Doc's got a couple more ranks than I do. I never even bothered with any of that. I use Steam to play video games, and I don't really think much deeper beyond that.
I do. So if you put me on any platform where it's possible for me to customize my profile, I will customize my profile. And if you put me on a platform where it's possible to really get into customizing your profile by doing a whole bunch of shit and jumping through hoops, I'll probably do it over the course of time. So yes, I have hoarded out my Steam profile for sure.
Oh goodness! Now we have to get screen caps of this.
It's a public profile. Anyone can go look at it.
Oh, do I even have you on Steam?
Probably. I don't know. I don't keep up with my Steam list at all. I don't use it for chat. I don't use it to talk to people or post my game activity. All that goes through Discord. Leetness, what does your profile look like?
One person
I've bought mine out of it.
Go ahead.
Oh my god, yeah, I'm looking at it. Oh, you have animated wallpaper. It's lava lamps.
It is. And my profile thingy has a little retro border.
It looks like sort of a computer with it's a Cylon eye with a couple of CD drive lights next to it.
Yep.
It's lovely.
It's completely default, I'm pretty sure.
I think
is one of the default options.
I think I bought a Warframe background and a fancy frame, and that's because I had the points to burn and it wasn't that many. So I figured, why not?
Doc's Steam level is 76.
Man, I
Yes,
thought
it
you would have
is.
gotten that to 69 and then done your level best to not let it move.
Yeah, you know what? Solid idea. Unfortunately, I can't make it go down. So I'm gonna have to go up to 420.
Oh,
And
can't
then I
even
can
make
do
it go down.
yeah, then I can do 42069.
I have 4 Steam badges.
I've
2.
requested to be a member of Church of Chonkwij on Steam.
That's right, I forgot we did that.
I also forgot that exists.
There's only one member.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I made it, and then I was just like, okay, well, placeholder.
I was gonna say, just as a note, the about Church of Chonkwij does say $5. This group does not get updated before December. It has not been updated.
Oh God, I'm such an asshole.
So, do we owe you $5 or do you owe us $5? That's the question.
No, I
He
owe
owes-
me $5,
He owes himself.
$5.
which
Can go
I
buy it.
gave myself, and then I spent on Red Dead Online. So I'm even.
Oh god.
Yes. Oh, that's
Leetness has
amazing.
2,123 hours in Path of Exile.
I have 983 recorded hours on Warframe, but I'm pretty sure it's more than that because I started playing Warframe before I started playing it on Steam. So
Those are rookie numbers. You need to bump those numbers up.
I know I'm such a rookie.
I've got-
I'm coming close to 2,900 hours on Warframe.
I've got 215 hours on Warframe. Oh God, that's depressing.
Yeah, good lord. What else? I'm at 2575 hours on Warframe. I'm pretty sure Space Engineers is less than that.
Yeah, Space Engineers is my number 2.
Space Engineers is 2107.
Followed by RimWorld and The Division.
Holy shit, I've got 1200 hours in RimWorld? God, time flies.
Well, that game eats time.
That's true.
That game is it is just every day the same thing. Oh, it's 5 a.m.
Yeah, pretty much.
When did that happen? Oh, somewhere along me tripling the size of my base and quadrupling my economy and all that stuff. That just flew right by.
Okay, Masami, I accepted you as a friend.
Aw. It's like, wait a minute. Like, I don't really know why I'm doing this, but I figure why not? Because I have people who I care about less on here, so I feel like, I don't know, I need people I care about more.
I have people.
Thank you, I think.
Well, how about I put it this way? There's people on my Steam list I talk to in no regard at all anymore, and I talk to you guys on a fairly regular basis, so, you know.
Yeah, I've got guys on my Steam list that I don't know who they are or where I met them.
I have one woman from, I think, New Jersey who's on my Steam list. The only reason that she's there is because we used to talk about bug fixes for Anno 1404. And then the Legendary Edition came out, and she was just like, "Hey, did you hear that it came out?" I was like, "Yeah, I did." And that was the last we heard of each other.
I think most of these people on my list are from playing Space Engineers back in the day.
So, you guys.
I don't even think I have Cozen on this list. But he just got a C0C Steam account not too long ago. So
Okay.
So,
I mean,
well, look, it doesn't count if they're not on your friends list and you live in the same house. That's not a slight.
so
It
I
is.
suppose I
okay.
can just yell at him to find out what he's played.
Exactly. You look over to the left and you're like, "Hey, what are you playing right now?" "Oh, I see." And
Actually, Discord tells me
Honey
more
Pop 2.
often.
holy wait, is there a sequel to Honey Pot?
Yes.
Oh
my god.
How did you not know this? And how did you know about it before you?
So, just so you guys know, the game that I have put the most time into, amazingly enough, is not World of Warcraft.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Honey Pop 1.
No.
I'm shocked, sir.
The game that I have put the most time into is Destiny and Destiny 2. Across both games and all of the platforms that I have played Destiny 2 on, I have put over 2,500 hours into it. And the least amount of time, and the platform with the least amount of time played is the Steam platform, for a total of 17 minutes, in which I played it, hated it, and uninstalled it.
They brought back the cougar and the other lady. They have some of the same characters in Honey Pop 2 as they did in Honey Pop. They added new ones too. Oh my god, I have to play this! I play it because it's an excellent puzzle game, not because I'm a pervert, but I am a pervert.
Of that, there is no doubt.
Oh,
Christ,
that's great.
I run a church that dissuades people from wearing pants. Yeah, I mean, come on, the signs are obvious.
Pretty much.
Add to wish list. I will get around to that when it goes on sale because I'm not paying $20.
$20.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
guys, you're not going to believe this, but I'm sitting in here, we're doing this podcast, trying to do things live, and I've got a 14-week-old dachshund puppy that is sitting outside of my door. When she hears my voice, she is barking at me.
No, it's adorable. Zero got a puppy. I'm not sure if we announced it on the podcast, but Zero has a dachshund puppy.
It's adorable puppy.
She's adorable.
Puppy.
Hi, baby girl.
Maybe we should adopt her as a mascot.
Can we make her the mascot of the Church of Chonkwij? We probably could.
Oh, that would be adorable. She could be our mascot.
We need some, we need some 8-bit art of your dog nuzzling up to Keanu Reeves.
That little sausage.
Oh, she is so adorable.
Zero, I don't know how you want to handle this with the puppy and all, but the next topic is all you.
Well, no, not even, because I don't think I've seen lateness inside of WoW for a while either. Blizzard has reintroduced Valor points as a way to get end-game gear easier. Apparently there have been a ton of complaints, me being one of those complaints, that end-game gear has been stupidly hard to get. I've run every week for the last 4 weeks. I have run the Castle Nathria raid. I have gotten a total of 2 pieces of gear out of the raid. So the first thing they're doing is they are increasing the drop rate of gear within the raid itself by 33%. So essentially what it boils down to is if you've got 10 people, 3 to 4 people will be getting a piece of gear. We all can do math. But what they've also done is they've introduced Valor points back into the game to be able to be used to upgrade said gear so that you don't have to grind out getting those pieces of gear. Now, the downside to this is they aren't going back to gear that you already have and updating it. They are going in and just updating gear moving forward, not retroactive, which is kind of dumb, but hey, Blizzard, we wouldn't expect any less. So that's that.
My surprised face.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So is anybody surprised? No. Are we happy that Valor points are back? Absolutely. Because it's going to help, considering the Great Vault that they were using to help people get gear is not apparently gearing people up fast enough. So that's that. That's coming up in the 9.0.5 update with BlizzCon line coming up.
Friday.
At the end of this week, BlizzCon line will have we'll probably get teasers about updates 9.1, 9.1.5, and then 9.2. We'll get teasers on what that content will hold. So.
And
What
WoW
part of-
Online. I mean, WoW Mobile, sorry.
Let's not talk about that.
WoW
What,
Mobile?
Yeah, WoW Mobile. It is something that is currently being talked about, and I'm
good lord.
not here for it at all.
Can't wait.
So is there anything you're going to purposefully watch on BlizzCon Online?
I'll be working until 6:30 those days, hopefully, so I will be going back and watching the YouTube highlights later.
Darabro.
The cosplay section.
Yes.
She's getting at the cosplay section.
Absolutely.
All the guys can dress up as big brutish orcs, and all the ladies can dress up like sluts.
Well, maybe they'll have one of your favorite paladin sets, Zero.
Oh my god. Paladins, aka walking penises.
You didn't think I was gonna not call that out if you talk
No.
about WoW.
No.
Oh, is this not the set that you pointed out to us that looks like hot garbage?
Oh no.
Or is it that set?
Hang on, I will pull one up right now.
I remember there was one that you got for like a pre-order or something like that. And if
Oh
you're
no,
gonna
that's
cosplay that set.
No, that's dumb. If you cosplay that set, you do not deserve to be in the cosplay community.
Yeah, but it's like the easiest one to cosplay because you can make it out of cardboard and spray paint, and it looks authentic. As opposed to all the other costumes that are made out of cardboard and spray paint, and you're just like, oh, bless their hearts, they tried.
Okay, so it is currently up on the podcast. The Lawbringer.
Oh.
The Lawbringer set. It is apparently not going to show up.
COD PC.
Yeah, it looks like you've got two gigantic penises on your shoulders.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and zoom into that just all the way.
I'm almost there.
It doesn't really look like dicks, though. It kind of looks like wings. I mean, I get what they were going for. I'm more interested in what they did with that cod piece there, though.
how it's kind of listfully lazing off to the right.
Yeah,
it looks like it's Converse, so it's actually doing the wrong thing for you.
Right, it looks like it's going in, like his balls retracted into him.
I mean, it is a human paladin, so he probably has no balls.
Hey, Starcam takes offense at that.
No balls. But
yes, big brain balls.
Clearly, one was taken per res.
Oh god.
Oh man, that game slaps.
But yes, Masami and I had apparently a moderately in-depth discussion about how Paladin gear sets in WoW are hot garbage, and most of them are just god awful.
Look, people work really hard to design those so that people will buy them for premium currency. So how dare you?
Actually, believe it or not, 95% of the 99% of all transmog gear that is available in game that you can just get off of bosses within raids and dungeons. The problem is getting it to drop, because the drop rates are so insanely low that it's almost not worth it.
Yeah, I'll rephrase. Interns worked really hard to come up with the art concept for those sets so that they could get real jobs at Blizzard.
Yeah, right. So if it tells you anything, I've been trying to get the Reigns of Invincible, which is the mount that comes out of the Ice Crown Citadel, the big raid from an expansion about 13 years ago. And I've been trying to get this mount since the raid came out. 13 years. Have not gotten it to drop in over 150 tries.
The one from Ice Crown Citadel?
Yes. And if you tell me you've got it, we are no longer friends.
What is the name of it again?
Invincible. Oh my god, he's got it. That you prick. I lied. I lied, Leetness. I can't not be friends with you.
I'm just checking. I think I might have had that one drop because I farmed that with a bunch of people.
Leetness, when are you going to go to BlizzCon and cosplay as a paladin?
I do that in real life, so it's like whatever.
That's how I walk around on the street every day.
That's just my natural codpiece.
That's not costume play. That's real life clothing.
Oh. Well, on to
Alright,
our
yeah.
final topic of the evening. Relatively short topic list tonight, but Microsoft has formed a new subsidiary named Vault to handle ZeniMax acquisition. Microsoft, trying to be witty, fails horribly and is a pun that is not even worthy of being deemed acceptable or unacceptable because of the fact that ZeniMax is the company that essentially designed Fallout.
Well, I wanted to push the button.
Okay, do it. Unacceptable.
Unacceptable.
Thank you.
Yay.
He said, oh.
At least they aren't keeping it behind closed. At least it's not locked behind a closed door that turns.
Well, I mean, that's true, and they're also, well, I mean, we can't tell this from this article, but they're not doing any type of wayward experiments yet.
Masami, I know what you did there, but it wasn't a pun. It was just a weak analogy.
I know. I'm sorry.
That's
I'll
okay.
try better.
Look, we all have slow days.
It's been
my
awful.
entire my entire last week, for example, was one long slow day. So corporate consolidation is really a good thing, but this article does go on to say that Microsoft isn't planning to lock these franchises away, and they are not planning on making them Xbox exclusives. They are just sort of overseeing Bethesda, and future Bethesda games will be on Xbox Game Pass from day one. So yeah, we're still in like really early stages seeing what Microsoft does with their newly acquired properties, but so far they've said all the right things, mostly.
As far as anyone can really say the right things.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, I mean, one can hope that they don't, become douchebags before the release of Elder Scrolls, 6? 6?
So at least 50.
Okay. I was gonna say we've been through so many iterations of Skyrim now. I don't know what number we're on. But yeah, before the release of the next Elder Scrolls game, that Microsoft doesn't turn into complete douchebags and lock it and say, "Hey, guess what? Nobody gets it but Microsoft products."
Nah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Of course, they'll do the right thing. Of course, they will.
Yes, they're a major corporation, and major corporations always do the right thing.
Listen, they're going to look at how many PlayStations are out there, and they're going to accept the fact that there's more money in it for them to sell games to PlayStation owners than to keep it away from them.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe a short delay on the PS5 release. So just if you drove an Xbox, you'd be home by now.
What's kind of funny, though, is you look at Microsoft as a company, their philosophy in the battle that they've had over the decades with Apple. That kind of fits Microsoft's MO. They don't care about the hardware as long as you're running their software. You can put Windows on anything.
Yeah, he's talking about the really weird thing you can do where you install Windows on a Mac.
So, it kind of fits Microsoft's philosophy for them to say, fuck it, yeah, we'll sell this to PlayStation, we'll sell this to Nintendo Switch, we'll sell this everywhere.
Yep.
It's a good philosophy to have. Console exclusives are bad for gamers.
Yeah, we've taken a pretty firm stance on that in the past. I would agree with that. But yeah, that's that does about wrap it up for the topic list. Unless anybody has any hot recommendations for TV shows / movies. I did start. Well, I told the guys already. I did start watching The History of Swear Words, starring Nicolas Cage. It's great.
I just started up season 4 of Battlestar Galactica.
Nice.
It's weird.
It is weird. That's really when it starts getting real weird.
Yeah, that show's kind of. It starts off as straight and narrow as a futuristic sci-fi can be. That's kind of how Battlestar starts off, and then like it starts to slowly verge weird, and then in season 3 it kind of like takes a hard 90-degree turn from where it started, and then season 4 it's just a ping pong ball bouncing around with no rhyme or reason and is insane.
Yeah, that's a really good description of season 4, and I watched that as it came out.
Yeah, well,
God.
I've watched, the first time I watched it was when it came out. Since then, I've rewatched Battlestar a couple times, but never got all the way through. So for me personally, I've watched season 1 of Battlestar probably like 5 times. Season 2 probably 3 times. Season 3 only like twice. And I haven't watched season 4 since it originally aired. So I've like legitimately forgotten most of it because I was smoking a lot of weed back then. So I honestly have no idea what's in store in some of these episodes. Like I remember the overall arc of things, but the specifics are all completely up in the air.
Let me put it this way: I have DVD copies of Battlestar Galactica. I have not rewatched it since I watched it the original first time while it was airing, and that last episode still is with me today. Like, it's just there, and I can see it when if I call upon it. It is that. I really won't describe it. I'll leave it for you to rediscover, but it's memorable.
Hey, I'll say it. The full CG animated sequences aside, the show as a whole totally holds up.
Yeah, I can see that.
And actually, there's a shocking amount of parallels with things going on today in season 3 and season 4 that are kind of bizarre to think about. The fact that when these shows were being made in the early to mid 2000s, of the parallels that they were showing in current society, and how now we can see similar parallels in a different way. It's just kind of weird to look at old shows knowing that they were written and made through the lens of their time, when sometimes there's eerie similarities or things that were made for a different time that can still apply. It's always interesting to see that.
Definitely. It's one of the really cool things about the sci-fi genre in general, whether it's books or movies or TV shows. It just has a way of holding up over the ages, and as history inevitably somewhat repeats itself. But with
Well, I've started to get my girlfriend more into sci-fi, and I kind of took the all right, let's start with Firefly, and now we're doing Battlestar, and after this, I'm thinking going straight to Deep Space Nine.
Ooh, yes.
That's an
No, because honestly, I think Deep Space Nine is more like today's TV shows than it is like old Star Treks. Because
it is
structured over these long, overarching, interwoven, complicated storylines, and being kind of the only Star Trek series to really base itself on that idea. That's more in line with a show like today, where you sit down and you watch 3 or 4 episodes of a show in one sitting. Whereas, like the more Monster of the Week style of The Next Generation and Voyager, I don't know, like it's hard to sit through and binge watch that. It's a little harder to binge watch like a Monster of the Week than it is to binge watch where each episode leaves you wanting to go into the next one to know what's going to happen next.
Okay, so it is important to realize that Deep Space Nine did not become you say the overarching storylines. Yes, absolutely. They had the massive arcs over seasons and seasons connected to other seasons. That started at season 4. The Dominion War didn't actually kick off until, I think, season 6. Before that, it was all, what's the Dominion doing in space? Well, the first 3 seasons, I mean, they were just like story of the week, monster of the week type sci-fi. They had some arcs in there, and it was still like a really good show. And Deep Space Nine is probably one of my favorite Star Treks to date. But the overarching storyline started around season 4, with the rebellions on Bajor, I think. There is a name for the rebel group that actually took over Deep Space Nine at one point, a terrorist organization, and then they got into meeting the Dominion, and then they got into the Klingon War, and then they got into the Dominion reinforcing Cardassia, and then season 6, the Dominion War starts. And season 6 is where you have 8 episodes in a row that all deal with the same topic. Deep Space Nine has been lost to the Dominion. We have to get it back. And they wrap it up with Worf and Jadzia's wedding. So, yes, Deep Space Nine did have these big arcs, but they started fairly late. Voyager, oddly enough, did the same thing. The reason people don't really, I don't think that people remember it as much as that type of show was because the main arc that went on episode after episode pretty much always had to do with Jerry Ryan as 7 of 9. So, you just sort of lump it together as, oh, okay, they've got a Borg thing going on. But it's actually fairly extensive when you go back and you look at that. And same deal. 7 of 9 jumped on the cast season 4, which is the episode Scorpion, I think. And things went on from there. In terms of my earlier on was just Firefly. Yeah, great. Start with that. Fucking awesome sci-fi show. Anybody can enjoy that. It's great no matter what order you watch it in and all the rest of that. After that, I probably would have gone to Deep Space Nine, honestly, because it sort of takes the sort of it takes the darker tone to sci-fi because it is one of the darker Star Trek series. Probably overall the darkest, which gets a little too much attention in my mind. It's more significantly awesome because it deals with the moral ambiguity of Roddenberry's image of Star Trek. You do have a utopian society, you have humanity that's done all this great shit. But where are the lines in that utopian society, and how do we come up with clever stories to sort of find and address those lines? Which is why the episode where Cisco contracts with Garrick to do the fake hollow rod recording to give it to the Romulan ambassador, that one's a really fucking good episode. Because it's like, here's Cisco. He's the fucking hero. He's a great stand-up, perfect Roddenberry character. How can we make him morally questionable? So that's really good. And then you go into Battlestar Galactica, and you have moral ambiguity just about everywhere. So that's how I think about it. And as long as we're talking about sci-fi, season 5 of The Expanse is out. So if anybody loves The Expanse, I love The Expanse. Start with season 1 if you haven't seen it. Fucking fantastic. It's based on a book called Leviathan Wakes. It goes all the way through season 3 to another book called Abaddon's Gate. And then season 4 and season 5 are based on the books that come after that. So good sci-fi all around. The Expanse, also a lot of moral ambiguity and a lot of unsettling topic matter.
I do have, and I think we mentioned it earlier here. The one thing that I suggest, if you are a fan at all of the MCU, watch WandaVision. It will tie a lot together. You need to watch that show if you want to, pretty much if you want to understand anything that is going to be happening in the coming years for the MCU. If you are into the MCU, watch WandaVision. It is great.
And you get to see Paul Bettany.
Dude, everybody loves Paul Bettany. I don't care who you are.
Doesn't love Paul Bettany.
Bettany.
Haru.
Oh, yeah, I love that guy.
I've watched them all.
Nice. Yeah,
Like
Linus is by far the most cultured. Yeah, everything that we've talked about, Linus has watched.
Have
I'm
you
watching
seen
Taskmaster now.
Have you seen Bridgerton yet?
No.
Only watch it if you like romance. That I got suckered into that one because
I heard it. I heard
know.
it was kind of not fun.
I thought it had a great deal of humor, but I enjoy snarky people and doing clever things in social situations. So that rubbed a particularly archaic itch for me.
I don't know. I might try it. It's a non-committed. I'll try it.
I won't blame you if you don't even step 5 feet near it. I do not blame you. Like, it is like probably the least similar thing that anyone has mentioned, but it's the last thing I watched because I couldn't help myself.
Sorry, that was super non-committal of me. I might try it.
I'm gonna fax you over a contract. I'd like you to sign it, please.
As long as it says might, maybe, try it.
All right. So yeah, that'll about wrap it up. Thank everybody for joining us on the Church of Chonkwij podcast. We had fun. We hope you had fun too. And here's Zero to take you out.
All right, everybody. Just enjoy everybody coming by every week. Appreciate the host this week from Dylan Tennis Boy. Dylan, really appreciate you hosting the podcast tonight. It was great. Programming this week, I may be jumping back on streams. It's kind of hard to tell with the way my work situation's going. But keep an eye out. If you see me on, don't hesitate to swing by. I'd be more than happy to shoot the breeze with you, and we'll see you. If nothing else, we'll see you next Monday. Everybody from the Church of Chonkwij, have a good evening.
Penis, penis.
Bye.
Cheerio.
Pinoise.